So this part here, what you need to do is actually a unit vector perpendicular to both A and B. So now you need to know how to do cross product. This part here, perpendicular to A and B, it just means that if you have A here and B here, what you need, a vector which is perpendicular to both would be the vector here pointing upwards. Okay. So this is like that and like that. So like say this is A and B, it will be this vector here. Now, let me explain more. I think what you need is to see this part here. So for example, right, if in secondary school you're only dealing with like what do you call it, two-dimensional problem. So if you say that it's perpendicular, it's quite straightforward. What you need is actually just like that, right? So you actually get like I think, yeah, the problem with here. So it's like this is perpendicular, right? But in three-dimensional form, if I ask you to find a line which is perpendicular to this line here, what you realize is actually there are infinitely many lines which can be perpendicular. It could be here, here, here. You just go all the way around it, right? So there are many, many lines which are perpendicular both. But if I have one line like that, I don't know what you can see, and the other line like that, the only line which is, okay, let's say I have two lines like that. This is the two lines here, right? The only line which is perpendicular to both, right, would be this line here, the one pointing upwards, which is the normal. Okay. So just take note now. If you want because now we're dealing in three-dimensional already. So the only line which is the only rather the two directions here. So the direction which is perpendicular to both will be the normal. The normal. The what you call it, the normal. Is that okay? Does it make sense? Because three-dimensional form, so it has to be pointing upwards. And because you want to find the normal, meaning you remember Fleming left-hand rule and right-hand rule, in order for you to find this pointing upwards, you just basically find A cross B or B cross A. A cross B, B cross A will give you one pointing upwards or downwards. It doesn't matter, whichever you use is fine. Okay. You can use A cross B. Your syllabus, you're not required to know whether A cross B is pointing upwards or downwards. Okay. So it's just you just know that vector perpendicular to both A and B is equals to A cross B. Okay. So A cross B, this will be 2ijk cross with ijk. This is important. Now, what I need you to know is for cross product, there's a rule to it. So this is the rule here. You see this is given MF26. This is first page of it. If you want to find minus 214,250, what you need to do is the first column here, you just cover this up. So 1 times 0 minus of 4 times 5, like that. Okay. Anyway, it's given in exam. So this is 1. Then if you want to find the second one, you cover this up. So this times this and minus of this times this. So minus 2 times 0 minus 4 times 2. Okay. But for the second one, there's an overall negative. Overall negative. You need to put the negative outside. Then similarly, for this one here, cover this one. So this times this one, and then this times this one. So it will just be minus 2 times 5. So that will be your normal vector. Okay. So just follow this, you'll be fine. So for example, now we're going to do the cross product. So the cross product here would be, if you want to do you want to find the first one, you just cover up this one first. Then 3 times 1. So this is 1 times 3 minus of minus 2 times 1. Okay. So this times this. So this times this times this, like that. Yep. Then after which you do the similar one, which is here, which is actually 2 times 3 and then minus of minus 2 times 0, which is 0 lah. but overall should be negative. Then 2 times 1 minus 1 times 0. So this is 3, this is 5, this is 6, 4, 6, 8, and this is 1. 5, negative 8, 1. Oops, something is wrong. 8. Why am I wrong? 2, 1, negative 2, I, J, K. 6. Oh, is 0. My tian. Okay, this one would be 6. Great. My 5 minus 6. Yeah. Okay, great. This is the one. Now, but because you want a unit vector, so unit vector A cross B will just be divide by its own length. Remember, unit vector is dividing by your own length. You just take, because whatever length you have, you want one unit of yourself, you just divide by yourself. Okay. So that will be 1065. Okay, that's it. That is how you do it. The second part, exact value of sine theta. Exact value will just be, okay, that's it. So what you do is mod A is 5 minus 6. This will just be 1 square. B would be 1 square plus 3 square sine theta. 25 plus 6. 5 square. 65 over 10. There you go.